Figure fight club, we're repping the crew, battle on the floor. It's me and you, pose them up right. Let the showdown begin. In this action figure world, we're destined to win. Got my action force, they ready to strike. Transformers roll out, they're ready for the hype. Marvel and DC, heroes in the ring. With every epic clash, hear the crowd sing. Figure fight club, we're repping the crew. Flash in the night, join the figure fight club where legends ignite. Decepticast, the battle's on. Action figures, heroes drawn. Transform and roll out, let's take a stand. In the ring of toys, we'll make our stand. From Megatron to Starscream, they're ready to fight. With every twist and turn, they light up the night. Collectors gather round, it's a sight to behold. With stories of valor and legends retold. Decepticast, the battle's on. Action figures, heroes jam. Transform and roll out, let's take a stand. In the ring of toys, they'll make our stand. So grab your figures, let's make some noise. In the arena of action, we're all just toys. With every epic showdown, we'll cheer and we'll shout. In the Decepticast, there's no room for doubt. Decepticast, the battle's on. Action figures, heroes drawn. Transforming more out, let's take a stand.
Good evening, everyone out there. I was going to say episode 18, we're at legal age to do stuff, but I don't think that works anymore. At least not in Ohio. You got to be 21 to do stuff. But anyways, on that note, I like to welcome my co-host, Anna. Welcome.
Now I need to make my name subtitle old enough to do stuff.
Right, yeah.
They'll just leave it ambiguous. What is stuff? Nobody knows.
That's what threw me off. You can't even buy tobacco products anymore at 18. I was like, oh, not that I ever did.
Yeah,
but...
I actually didn't know that until I just brought it up in class once. So I was like, oh yeah, at 18 you can like buy cigarettes, but you can't drink. And my students were like, what? No.
Wow, Zakanan's already being trolly. Thank God, Anna, to save the show. And then I'm sure you're gonna throw some Bumblebee bullshit up at her.
I'm sure. I was actually like I built a bunch of Bumblebee blockies this week, and I seriously thought about writing like the whole handful of them for Zakanan. So I could be like, here's all my Bumblebees, but you know, there are many Bumblebees in this house. Don't worry.
Stay tuned, Zakanan. There's stuff on the show that will enable you to buy. Actually, I think I already sent it to him, so he already knows about it. Well, let's say hello to everybody that's in the chat. We got Headcanon Unlimited, Zaldron, Rowdy, Jedi Ben, Zakanan, of course, Tristan T, Minhoza. But yeah, thanks for hopping in.
I mean, tonight we're gonna really make it exciting because we're gonna do everyone's favorite activity of complaining about prices as toy collectors.
Maybe. Just a little bit.
Oh, that's so nice, Zakanan. I appreciate it. Zakanan benefited from the humble Bumblebee, so Bumblebee gets a night off from torture.
I'm sure he'll I'm sure he'll find a way to dig it.
Yeah, it'll happen. It'll
Yeah.
happen.
Yep. What is it? The things that the two truest things: death, taxes, and price increases is the one I added, and Zakanin making fun of Bumblebee.
Also a truism. Also a truism.
And did you get anything this week you'd like to show off before we get into it?
Okay, so there's this event coming up this coming weekend called TFCon. And at this event called TFCon, I have a feeling I will obtain more than one item. So no, I kept from obtaining things this week. However, I would like to try to perform some double magic in order to summon Mastermind Creations to complete a set for me.
Oh.
Because there is the set I talked about last week. That was a Red Harry. The set I really want them to complete goes with their cassette figures that they have given me in the past.
Oh.
Right. I'm sure everyone in the chat knows what these two and their missing friend make together, right? I'm sure they don't, but someone might be familiar with the Kiss Players cassettes, which is what these two are, right? This is MMC's version of Rosanna, made from their rewind and eject mold, which I usually call reject as the mold. So we have her, right? They've made two versions of her, actually, but this is the Ocular Max version of her. And then she is a pop star, which is really relevant to Transformers, of course. And then we have her friend, which is one version of White Ravage, not Shattered Glass Ravage, but Glit, who is a White Ravage, who is from Kiss Players, who is an alcoholic doctor and a cat man.
The best kind of doctor.
All the things you would want in your weird anime radio show Transformers group. And yeah, MMC made him quite a few years ago. Rosanna is always behind me, right? Their figure of Rosanna is always behind me every week. But she comes out in physical form this week to work my magic to get them to make Sundor. Because Sundor would be out of their Laserbeak mold. They have not made them. Laserbeak's a pretty old toy for MMC. But I'm really hoping every year, every TFCon, I'm like, this is going to be the one where they're going to be like, cassette of the convention reveal Sundor. So it's going to happen. It's an all orange Laserbeak.
So
it's going to come.
You mentioned that these are MMC, and then you mentioned Ocular Max. So MMC has a bunch of different titles to stuff.
They do.
What's the Ocular Max mean for anybody that might be new to third party?
Yeah, so MMC has different lines. Ocular Max is typically their G1-ish line, right? Yep. Usually they use OX as their logo for Ocular Max, and that means that the figures are G1 styled. So, you know, she is G1 styled, whereas the other Rosanna figure is from their reformatted line, which reformatted was mostly based on the IDW Comics designs of the figures. So I have one version of each of her. And yeah, the White Ravage, you can still find it. You can still find this version out there online. He's not too overpriced. I will say that unfortunately this version of the mold has some he wears out really easy. So, you know, mine was new and I haven't played with him extensively, but he doesn't hold up as well as he used to. Like, you can get him into poses, and he's a really neat figure. He's a really good transformation. I think the joints wear out on it.
Is that a ball joint where you could put Kiki on it or clear nail polish?
No, it's two hinges actually for the chest. You can get it to stay together. I just can't really do it in my hands. I can get him to stand up in just about any pose I need him to. He's just a little cantankerous to get the waist section of the kitty together. But like, I still think it's a great toy, right? Like, it wears out a little bit, but like especially for the old MSRP, which I mean, the Ravage started at like 60, 50 for it, and it's gone up over the years. Like, now they charge like $100 per cassette, but you know, back in the day, price increases, it's a theme. But yeah, this guy's still available, and I think he's one of the most accurate looking Ravages out there. Like
Yeah.
if you want a Ravage that actually looks like Ravage, I think this is pretty much as good as you get.
Another cool design on the MMC cassettes is they are 1-for-1 with a cassette.
They are. These actually would fit in like if you have a Walkman or a stereo or something, like they actually do fit in a real radio. Like they are full-size cassettes. You wouldn't want to put them in there because they would break the radio, or the radio would break them. Things wouldn't go well, but they do fit really well. So it's really cool that they are the right cassette, or they are the right size to be real cassettes. And this mold, the rewind and eject and Rosanna and flip sides are behind me. This mold is incredible. Like it is just really simple and really fun, and gets you a nice functional humanoid design that looks really good. And you end up getting a lot of different heads between all the different versions. Like rewind and eject came with like 3 heads each, so really fun. And a lot of people don't know what animal Ravage is. Don't feel bad. Ravage has been interpreted as many different animals. Often people say Doberman, right? Doberman's a really popular animal for Ravage to be. And he's really a jaguar.
Yep.
Kinda. It's just his Japanese name. I don't really know if it's actually a jaguar. I think he's a robot. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna show off.
I have one thing that I technically I picked it up last week, but it was still in a box last week. So I opened him up, did a review. By God, this thing, the transformation is a pain in the butt. The only positive side of it being hard to transform, it's very durable. Like I didn't feel like I was going to break anything. I was flexing and twerking and torquing, and just moving the parts around, and anything that popped off was just like a friction joint that just would pop back on. So yeah, it was a pain in the butt to transform, but
he looks pretty though.
Yeah, he got a nice little,
just like Trax.
Yep. So I'm just going to have to find a Autobot logo. Another thing, like, I mean, there is a little gap back there, but I mean, other than that, his back is really clean. Like, if anybody's familiar with the Takara version, like if you look down here, you can see all the way to the ground.
Yeah.
Like he was just a gap mess.
So my personal opinion, this is a hot take, has been that Trax has always been a bad design. Like, I think he is just kind of a bad Transformers design because there's not really a good way to do him well without making the transformation really complicated.
Yeah.
And a well-designed Transformer, in my opinion, can look nice in both modes, but be transformed without, driving yourself crazy. Like, I think this is a great design.
Yeah. It's like, so here's the car version. I haven't transformed it back because I was just doing comparisons. Like, it does a great Corvette mode, but the robot mode kind of sucks.
Yeah, the transformation isn't bad on it. It's okay.
No. Yeah, compared to the Star Toys, yeah.
It's simple enough, but I have road rage, and you can see, like, you just look at her head and you look straight down to the floor. And it's a weird effect. It's not pretty. It's not pretty.
I should have grabbed Road Rage. I completely forgot about that. She's back there on the shelf. Could have showed the gap, but that's okay.
Now, okay, so here's a question for you. So you Star Toys to upgrade your Trax. Would you upgrade your Road Rage if they make a Road Rage?
Probably not. And the only reason why it's not a priority, I already have a Road Rage that I'm fine with. Now, Loud Pedal, on the other hand, I don't have a Loud Pedal.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have a Loud Pedal. Okay.
Right. Loud Pedal, I might pull the trigger on.
I was going to say, because Road Rage has gotten significantly more story just from being in the second IDW run than Loud Pebble. Loud Pebble. Loud Pebble has never gotten story as far as I know, but maybe I'm wrong. I haven't read every Transformers fiction that exists.
It would be a great crossover name.
Loud Pebble.
Yeah.
Rock Lords or Flintstones?
Oh, well, Rock Lords is kind of already in continuity, right? So
Yeah,
go with
pretty much.
Flintstones.
Going Flintstones, Loud
Yeah.
Pebbles.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right. So, like you said, I don't have anything else to show
No,
off. So
next week will probably be a problem.
Yeah.
Right. I'm probably going to have
Yeah.
more than one thing to share next week because of I already know of a few things that are going home with me just from my friends giving me things when I see them because they'll be like, "Oh, I've been supposed to give this to you forever," and I'll be like, "Well, here I am."
And I'm curious with the reveals because the last TFCon, we saw a lot of that leading up to TFCon. It's kind of been light. Well, I can't tell if it's been light because there's just stuff coming every day. So
generally, Mastermind Creations almost always does an exclusive at every TFCon. They do something, right? Like sometimes it's just an early release of something. It'll be like, we just showed you this figure a few weeks ago and we've got 200 of them to sell here, or 60 of them to sell here, and they're going to go to the priority customers first. And, they'll do something like that. But they've been doing consistently an exclusive cassette and usually something else from the Ocular Max line.
Yeah.
Usually something.
A lot of times that's Toy Dojo, usually, and ages 3 and up exclusive.
So I think we're almost guaranteed to get an MMC exclusive by the end of the week, and we are definitely guaranteed to get a reveal of what the custom class will be.
Yep.
And that custom class almost always is sold as a kit at a table right by the MMC because the designer of those custom kits and MMC are their friends. So we'll probably at least see those two things, if not more. TFCon does reveals really late. They tend to wait until the last minute to do their reveals. I think, honestly, from what I've heard before, the actual reason they do that is they make sure that they actually have the figures in the town where the con's supposed to happen before they announce them. So, like, they're going to wait until they have it in Chicago before they say that they have it, just in case, right? Just in case they're like, oh, man, we're doing Sundor, but guess what, Anna? You can't have him because he's still in China. Ooh, I'd be so angry. So...
You know what? I was just thinking I work Friday night or Saturday night, and that's going to be during the third-party panel. I'm going to be so late on all this stuff.
So late. Oh, well, maybe just like teach me how to do things, and I could do a live stream.
That's an option.
That's an option. Teach me to do things. We're friends. You can talk to me and be like, I think all I have to do is hold up a phone, right?
Yeah, I mean that's what a lot of the folks do.
Oh yeah, it's not going to be, if I do it, it's not going to be beautiful, right? Like if you want high tech, nice stuff, you don't ask me to do it. So anyway, should we get to the show?
Yeah. I was just reading Cicada's comment. It kind of distracted me.
I don't keep the comments open as much. Thank you, Cicada.
So, like I mentioned earlier, episode 18, death, taxes, and price increases. Well, we'll get to that little lead in a little bit. So, first off, let's start off with some news, some official toy news. And if you've been here before, our official toy news is sponsored by Collecticon Toys, where if you use the code FFC10, you can get 10% off your entire order.
The Transformers will return after these messages. We now return to the Transformers.
So I think it was last month when the T-Spark event happened from Takara. There was this tease of Overgear. Only thing we saw silhouette images of the figures and that it was going to be new designs. And here's our reveals.
Yeah, so people look at these and it's almost everybody has said Vortex and Roadbuster.
Yeah.
Which is not who these are. They
Right.
do, in fact, look like, I'm sorry, not Vortex, Whirl. I
Whirl,
heard, I read Vortex in the chat, and I was like, Vortex doesn't look anything like that. That kind of looks like Whirl a little bit. I honestly see a little bit of Obsidian from Beast Machines in the design, too. That's also not who it is. It's Blackout, the movie character. And it's Ironhide.
Yeah.
The movie character.
Right. I was 100% off on these guesses. Like, I figured it was just going to be your A-list Optimus Prime and Megatron, and they went complete C tier.
Well, here's me not being as informed, and maybe you're a little more informed for once here. Have they said what this line is? Like, have they actually described it as, like, these are going to be movie guys brought up, or these are going to be, like, the mix of everything Optimus Prime, so it's like a little bit of this, a little bit of that Ironhide?
I haven't seen any like verbiage or anything. This just came out of nowhere. Like, all of a sudden, Takara's at this show in Japan. This what's it called? Japan Model Hobby Show, and this showed up. Yeah,
this is out of nowhere, right? Like. Yeah. It's funny because it wasn't too long ago. I can't remember if it was you and me or if it was me and some other friends who were talking about the idea of bringing more of the Bayverse characters into Generations look. Mm-hmm. And one of the characters that we were really talking about that we would love to see is Blackout, right? Yeah. Because he's a cool design. Like, he's always been such a neat design. Movie Ironhide, not so much. However, I saw a really interesting argument that this is kind of like if you took movie Ironhide and Energon Ironhide and smushed him together into a horrific beast.
Yeah, his shoulders are definitely inspired from the 2007 movie design.
Yep.
But the head, not so much. The head's more humanoid, where he looked like kind of a dog a little bit in his movie design.
Yeah, because they all had animal-like faces in the first movie. I don't really feel like they really kept that, but... Mm-mm.
I'm curious the size of these. If they'll scale with anything, or they'll be their own scale.
Oh, yeah, I don't know the size of them. And I will say, like, I did look at the comparisons, and that head honestly has a fair resemblance to Energon Ironhide. Like, it really isn't too bad. Like, it's pretty close to Energon Ironhide's face. So, I mean, that's a neat idea. Like, smushing together multiple versions of the character. Yeah. Right? I don't know where the knives come from. I do love the knife on his chest, where he's just got the easy storage on his shoulder. He's like, knife.
It makes me wonder if, like, that whole Optimus that's doing the amalgamation of different Optimus, if maybe these might not publicize going with it, but will.
Yeah, Style Gen. So they'll be like Style Gen Optimus.
And like you mentioned, like, you know, not only sharing the name of Blackout, but he shares a lot with that original design, like the blades being his like dreadlocks in the rear. Like, kind of reminds me, but I
think he's got a fair amount of Blackout to him, and I think like he really I'll show why I'm thinking this. Well, actually no, I mean, you know, that's more Whirl. It does have a lot of Whirl to it with the helicopter chest, which is also kind of by inheritance Obsidian like as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to see how well you can kind of see his eyes. It's not a monocle, but it looks like it's just one visor.
Yeah, I think so. But I think you can see the eyes behind the visor, right?
Yeah.
Little beady eyes and like a little
there's
mouth.
like almost like indentations.
Yeah.
That's the bad thing about grade model. It's always hard to tell depth and detail sometimes. But I don't know.
It's an interesting design. This one I feel less homage because it's not like it's taking from every Blackout, because there aren't many Blackouts to take from. The Ironhide, you can see little bits of every Ironhide, but this one's just more like it's Blackout, but it's also Whirl. It's got some Obsidian.
It almost reminds me a little bit of like how the wings are sprawled out, like the Earthspark Megatron a little bit.
Okay, yeah, I can see that argument. Yeah, okay. He's a
But-
different helicopter, but still, yeah. Yeah, these are neat. They're
and-
Takara. They're probably going to
Yeah.
be smaller than you expect and cost more than you expect.
Yeah, I was about to, you beat me to it. We know Takara.
Yeah, they'll be little and they'll cost like $150 each, or they'll be a bit bigger. They'll be $300 each.
Yeah. So
But they're neat.
moving on. Okay, moving on. MPG. So most of this we've already seen. We kind of already know about these. We've seen colored images of these. I don't know if we've seen Holler yet.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
But Stylogen is there. We were just talking about Stylogen Optimus, right?
Yep.
So do those guys go with Stylogen Optimus? Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, Optimus is really clean.
I love that thing. I really think Stylogen Optimus looks great. I do want it. I don't need more Optimus Primes in my collection, so I really don't know what purpose it would serve for me, but I really do like that design.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I can see MP10 in it a little bit. I can see Earthrise in it a little bit. It's I don't know if I'm going to get it though.
It's neat.
Stu, this is a new character Takara came up with.
His name's Convoy.
He likes to drive.
Yeah.
So there's more images of the Soundwave that we've been seeing, and
Yeah. Soundwave's fine. Like, it's just, man, that mold is old. They did spruce it up and make it look nice, but you got pictures of the there's updated pictures of the Studio Series 86 Soundwave in here later.
yeah.
And honestly, putting those two side by side, I don't know. We'll talk about it.
You know what's funny? Like if you look at that top left, like his shoulder looks like there's some paint rub from playing around with him.
Oh yeah, you're right. It does. You can see it.
Yep. So you're not interested for Holler at all? Holler.
Like the mainline toy they made of him with the screaming face is just
Yeah.
really excellent, and like I will love every version of the Inferno body, Inferno grapple, whatever. I will love every version of it, but I don't like the MP mold as much
You
as
don't?
pretty much any other version. No,
I
I like
really
everybody
like-
else's take.
I really like the MP mold. I like how they hid the crane or ladder to go inside
That's
the
cool.
body.
Yeah, the fold up is neat, but that's really
Yep.
the only thing that's ever that's the only thing I've ever really loved about that version. Otherwise, I honestly like the mainline better.
Well, so another thing I'm liking is the purple hue to the windshield.
That is cool.
And have you seen those faces over there on the right hand side?
He's got a good yell. He's got to have his
Yeah,
yell.
look at that smirk, that side smirk smile.
It's a good smirk.
Yeah.
But the purple also adds to that Constructicon vibe, right? People like to give him the honorary Constructicon treatment. Oh, you don't need to throw on me. I'm just transforming something.
Is that the did you figure out which one you're getting rid of yet?
No, that was gonna be something I bring up at the end of the show if I managed to transform this guy.
All right.
I was gonna bring up which one
ask.
does everyone think I should keep?
Carrying on. So next up, funny the way I worded this. So
Oh yeah, it's Masterpiece Movie next.
yeah, Masterpiece Movie Series next. So their first figure character is going to be the Revenge of the Fallen Sideswipe.
Takara, cut it out with the names. You're starting to sound like Blockies over here with all the weird ass names for this subline, that subline. Just let it be more MPG, whatever.
I haven't watched Revenge of the Fallen in a while, but I could have swore Sideswipe wasn't like this bulky up top. He was more slender. and it's kind of off-putting. I want to see more. I want to see this color. I want to see color versions of this because I pretty much have every other NPM thing, and I don't know if I'll continue or not.
Okay, that's fair.
I wonder if these will go through Target like the all the
Oh
other
yeah.
stuff. But and one of the questions I had was like, so if you look on the first picture, like he has effects on his feet. So I was wondering if those effects is what keeps him standing, because in his design, his wheels were his feet, and he like roller skated when he moved.
Yeah, that was a fun, unique design feature of him. So making him work is hard.
Yeah, and then like this image of like the CAD, it looks like he's got some heel spurs, so maybe he can stand independently.
Yeah, making those rolly foot guys stand is tough. Like,
wasn't RC like that as well from Revenge of the Fallen?
we don't talk about Revenge of the Fallen RC. I hate that.
Or the RC so twins.
All 3 RC twins.
Yeah, triplets.
They're the worst. They're the worst.
So that's the movie masterpiece or masterpiece movie next line. And we saw some images of this previously, but here's some new stuff. So this is the Evangelion. Did I say it right this time, Zeldron? Crossover with Transformers.
Evangeli.
Yeah. I don't. It's like we've mentioned, Takara and prices. This thing's probably going to be outrageous, but I do love the Eva face with the chomp look.
It's cool. Like, it came out good. I've been kind of like lightheartedly complaining about it just because they made it a movie verse. But you know what? It came out good, so I can't complain too much. And it's more interesting than just doing a straight repaint in Eva 01 colors.
Thank you, Zakanan. I'll try to put that on a post-it next to my computer every time even Jelly comes up. I hate to be one of those plebs that can't pronounce Japanese anime titles like Naruto, or I've heard that Naruto, which I thought that was a band in the 80s, a boy band.
I just loved it when the Bashoujo line came out, and just hearing all my friends slaughter the term Bashoujo.
Or Kotobukiya.
Kotobukiya is a good one too.
I'm proud I can say Kotobukiya because I've seen people struggle with that one.
That one's rough. That one's a harder one to pronounce for our dialect. Yeah, it's always fun. But anyway, back to Eva. So that's a trick there. Just call it Eva and you just get by, right?
Yeah.
And then people will be like, but it's Eva, and it's all good times.
See,
so yeah, that's fun. It's really fun.
I tricked Jedi Ben. He's the one that fell for it. He knew who Medudo was. Hook, line, and sinker. So, did anybody want to trigger Anna and have to spending $300 on something for a little figure that's about this tall? Well, here it is. Annie, you have anything to say about this?
It's Missing Link Delta Madness. Missing Link's fun. I like Missing Link. I enjoy my Missing Link figures. I will probably get Missing Link Ultra Magnus, as soon as I can. Very likely that on Monday's show, I'll be showing off Missing Link RC. I'm into Missing Link, but I really don't want multiples of the same $200+ figure unless you do something to manipulate me into buying it, which is putting one of the important human characters with it in classic Diaclone form. So, like, people may not be aware, but something that they slipped in to the Missing Link tracks is this little Diaclone figure, right? And it is classic Diaclone, but it is also very clearly Spike, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you can very much tell this is supposed to be Spike. And now that one, people are saying it's supposed to be Marissa Fairborn, but that's Carly's hair. So, I don't know. Either way, it's an important human character from Transformers history that gets very few toys or incarnations. And yeah, maybe I should just skip the regular Ultra Magnus deco and I should just get this one. Because I think that just comes with this guy again. I think it comes with the repaint of the man.
Is there anything unique? Well, I mean, the next slide is the Ultra Magnus. Is there anything unique with that Ultra Magnus that's not with this mold that you would want over? I'm probably going to say no, right?
Other than, like, okay, so this is all nostalgia, right? Like, this whole fandom is based on nostalgia. At some point, Transformers bit you, and you're going to have nostalgia for the rest of your life about this stupid toy line. But the previous slide, the Delta Magnus, evokes zero nostalgia for me. There's no childhood moments. This was something I actually owned as a kid, where I actually had it. I murdered this thing thoroughly, the original Ultra Magnus. So, yeah, that's why I will probably end up with both of them.
Good job, Takara. You did your job. You have sold 2 figures that are the same.
To someone who doesn't want 2 of the same thing.
Speaking of the same thing, here is Takara version of all the stuff we saw at NYCC last week or 2 weeks ago or wherever. All this stuff is merging in.
And for those of you who are slightly newer to the Transformers collecting modern stuff, like back in the day, the Takara reveals of the Hasbro molds would be meaningful because they would be repainted and they would be painted in pretty versions that looked a lot nicer. So we still get the same amount of hype for them, but they're pretty much exactly the same nowadays, like in almost every case.
Yeah. Yeah, that happened, around Siege?
Yeah, around Siege, they decided to do the great unification of Transformers.
There was one weird one in the Siege line where Takara came out with the Nemesis Prime before Hasbro did, and there was still some paint differences between the Hasbro one and the Takara one. But other than that, everything was pretty much in line. But yeah, so here's the Age of the Prime stuff from Takara. Like I said, we've seen most of this stuff. Also, here's some more pictures of Sure Shots, Blast Off, and Quintus Prime. So, all right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure Shot looks
And,
cool.
Oh.
No, good enough. I'm good.
All right. So also they showed off the fall Hasbro exclusive. Be very, very careful.
I feel like how Jetstorm, I think, is the middle one who's breaking on everybody. I can never remember their names because they're just 3 guys who go together. You like how they didn't finish transforming him? He doesn't have a chest?
Like almost
because
like
that's where he breaks.
Almost like they know.
Almost like they know he has a break point. You know?
Yeah.
That's so sad. I really wanted that set.
If there was anybody that wasn't here last week, the mini little Saber Team guy, like his shoulders, there's clips on his shoulders, like when you flip his rear, and if you don't do it properly or gently, you can break these little clips that are right here.
Mm-hmm.
So go watch last week's episode. I can't remember if I railed on that. I know I railed on something last week. I don't know if it was QC, but
you railed on prices, I believe, already.
Oh, reoccurring theme. Yeah, it was the price on that stupid Optimus Prime with the Energon.
Oh yeah.
Prime.
It was the comic book whose name I can't remember the imprint of right now.
Yeah, the Energon universe.
Yeah, that's published by
Skybound.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is gonna drive me crazy. Yeah, and they'll get this too, and that's fine. And then you get a rap ad, and he goes flap flap and whatever. That's how I feel.
Well, Zaldron, you are one of the few. So here's Perceptor and his cassettes. This was a Target exclusive here. Did you get this, Anna?
Yep. Yeah, I just held up rap at when you were talking to Zaldron.
Oh,
held up rap at, said flap flap whatever. That was my thoughts on it. It's fine. The set is fine. I was looking at the ram horn the other day on my shelf, and man, that is a weird toy. like the way it folds out and turns into this big old box that doesn't really look like ram horn, but kind of evokes rhinoceros in its own special way. Like, whatever. It's actually kind of cool. It's kind of fun. That set's kind of fun. But one of the crappy things about buying that set is trying to sell the old Preceptor afterwards. He's worth nothing.
Because everybody's doing it.
Because everybody's doing it. They all replace him with this better one. Slightly better.
So here's more Studio Series stuff. Now, I've said in the past, every time I see more pictures of when Takara does Arachnid, it looks better. Well, I can't say that anymore.
No.
I've seen enough pictures.
These are some nice ugly pictures.
Yep. And here is some more Studio Series stuff. Now, I don't remember us getting this. I think this is the Bumblebee movie, Bumblebee, on any reveals. But I would imagine this completes this wave. But who's Soundwave? Other bird tape? It's Buzzsaw was what originally came with the G1 toy, and then Laserbeak was the other one.
Laserbeak's the red one they got most of the time in the cartoon. Buzzsaw's the yellow one that was the original toy pack-in. And Sundor is better because I need Sundor. Sorry, Sundor is the same mold. Doesn't really have anything to do with Soundwave, though.
What wasn't the Sundor the thing that came with that J Balvatron Soundwave?
So he kind of came with stripes.
Oh, that's right.
The orange kitty cat.
Yep.
Kind of came with stripes, sorta. Like it wasn't really stripes, but it was kind of stripes.
It was a white.
I can't remember what they did with the Laserbeak.
Yeah. So here, this feels like the year of Soundwave. So here's the Studio Series 86 Soundwave. Some more images. So this is the one that sold you on this mold, right?
Yeah, so those are some gorgeous pictures. Like really good lighting. They really show the colors. They really show how good it looks. And they really illustrate how close that thing looks to MP Soundwave. Like it is very, very close. No, the Ravage isn't really that close, but you're not getting the Ravage with the new version anyway, so... Because the new version just comes with... They did Laserbeak instead of Buzzsaw, right? With the MP?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's his main guy in the cartoon, basically.
Condor.
Condor, yes.
Yeah,
this looks great.
So Zakanin is a Soundwave mark. So
perfect. So am I, actually. There's so
many
Soundwaves in my house.
Anna, before we go to the next slide, do you remember the beginning or the end of last year, beginning of this year, when we first saw like the reveal of the Studio Series 86 or Studio Series Devastator?
Yep.
Do you remember what Hasbro said? This is your only chance to get it this year. You won't see anything.
Doing a multi-pack. We are not doing a multi-pack. There will be no gift set of this Devastator. There will not be one. Buy them now. And Takara says, what? We're gonna put him in a special suitcase.
So much for playing by rules where they all release the same stuff.
Yup.
Now, so there is a little bit of a caveat with this. So if you guys aren't quick on your Chinese, so it's explaining that this is going to be a Taobao Hasbro Asian exclusive gift sets. So we're not going to have access to them unless you go by other means or know how to get on Taobao. Now, so the Devastator is only limited to 1,000 units. Superion's limited to 200 units. And then the Optimus Prime and Megatron, which I guess is a 2-pack, is only in 300 units. So there's that.
Now, is the Devastator coming in that suitcase?
Now that I don't know.
Okay.
Yes, it includes a special trolley case.
Isn't that fun? It's so stupid, but I love it. It's bright Devastator green.
So it's roughly $197. if you can figure out a way to get this, if you want that Studio Series Devastator with the trolley case. And then it looks like Superion comes with a G1 Devastator badge as a bonus. And then the Optimus Prime Megatron 2-pack comes with a 40th anniversary hat. And it has its own special box.
Yeah, it's all cool. Like, I really like the suitcase. The suitcase is very fun to me.
Especially if it's that neonish green, like Devastator.
Yeah, it's a really fun suitcase.
I can't wait to see the eBay prices on this thing.
It's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
So it's actually Zakina and whoever else said it. This is actually just the Studio Series 86 Devastator. It's not a new figure. So it's what, 14 inches? Is it
Something
about?
like that, yeah.
It's a little bit bigger than the other combiners, but it's not huge. It looks big from the picture, but that's just perspective.
Yep.
I mean, it's not a small toy by any means.
Well, so everybody knows me for something. I'm like the Blockies whisperer, I guess. So if you paid attention this week, Blockies showed off their next combiner team. And it's Bruticus.
Blockies whisper, though. I mean, we knew this was going to happen.
Right.
Like, it was pretty obvious.
I know there's some YouTubers out there that associate me with Blockies. So.
Oh, nice. Oh, I mean, I definitely associate you with Blockies. You're a perfect Blockies mark.
Yeah. So I think this is more what, toy design than it is animation, I guess, by the chest, because the animation is the like Blastoff's like shuttle looking like it was just pressed on his chest. But is it Blocky's interpretation?
You know, I'd say it's actually more Blocky's interpretation than anything else. It's kind of a mix of all the different ones.
Yep.
Like, I could go through and identify where every part came from, but that sounds like a lot of work to do in the middle of the show. But,
right.
Like, if it was more animation accurate, the Brawl would have a little bit of a block behind him, but it doesn't. Because I think that's how it's going to come out in the Studio Series one. Not Studio Series, Age of the, who cares? Studio Series.
Yeah, Age of the Prime. Yeah. So
yeah, it's cool. I like it.
So I can only theorize, but so we know Brawl is on the Defender wave that's out now. Swindle and Onslaught are coming in the next wave. So that leaves Vortex, Blastoff, and I'm going to say a kit like Devastator, because you have a thigh and waist piece, a chest piece, hands, feet, a gun, and a Bruticus head.
Yep.
And possibly whatever that piece is covering the cab of Swindle. That looks like an extra.
Oh, yeah. There's a chunk there, isn't there?
Yep.
And a gun.
Yeah. I got the last combiner, so I'm probably in on this as well.
Yeah, I'm probably in on Defender for now. I just, there's just too many of them. They're multiplying too fast. There's nowhere to go with them. I'll have to stop at some point.
Yep. And then here's the most recent Defender wave. I think we had pictures of this last week, like promo images. So this is at the Blockies booth in CTE. Now that's not chronic. I forget what CTE stands for. Traumatic injury. It's horrible. It's a brain injury. It's what everybody. If you pay attention to football, you know what CTE is. But this was the China Toy Expo. So not only did they show off their Defender wave, they showed off Blocky wheels. Now this is not the first time seeing Blocky wheels, but I think this is the first time seeing some of the car bots.
We've been seeing all of these, but I think we're seeing more and more detail as they go together.
Yeah.
Such a weird selection of characters, though.
Yeah. What is that? Mirage, Hound, and then who's the other two?
I think
Ron?
it's what's his name? Is it It's the car
Years?
that comes with Metroplex.
Oh, I had it and lost it.
Okay, well that's okay. And then also, is that Crosshairs?
I don't know. That's why I said, is it Braun because of the wheel that's on the back? Because you know how Braun had the spare tire on the back.
Oh, I guess it could be like a
Or Outback.
Cybertron Ron.
Yeah.
I'm checking Crosshairs real fast because I kind of feel like that's Crosshairs, but I'm not certain.
But
Because the
isn't
Crosshairs
this-
toy, no, it's not really Crosshairs either. Maybe it's
That's what-
Braun. I
That's
don't
what I'm
know.
thinking. It's Outback or Braun.
It's probably one of those guys.
But I'm curious what the price points of these will be and how much you actually will construct these together.
Yeah, me too. Because it's like, I don't know. Do you ever? Because you do model kits other than these,
Mhm.
right? You do some Gundam as
Yeah.
well. Do you ever do cars?
Not since I was like a preteen. That's
You
the
never
last
do
time I did
cars.
car model kits.
So I don't know if I want to do cars for Transformers. Like, I like the idea of having a better looking version of the car I can keep in car mode beside my robot mode, but I don't know if I want to do car model kits.
Yeah. Let's see. What was Stu's question? They did a story right about what happens when Optimus transforms, like what the trailer does. Yeah, the trailer just disappears in its own pocket in space, its own little dimension.
Yeah, there's been attempts to kind of explain it.
Yeah.
Are they an extension of him? Are they separate beings? You know.
Yeah, I think that, like, you know, the live action stuff tried to explain it, like it was pieces or a weapons wreck.
Yeah, that's kind of the direction they went.
Yep.
Sometimes Roller seems a little sentient.
So here is a preview of the current Galaxy Wave that's out, and then Shockwave and Shatterglass Starscream that'll be in the next Shining Wave, Bombshell, and a upgrade of Megatron, who, if you've got Wave 1 of the Galaxy, was where Megatron was first introduced. Well, now this is the upgraded version, sort of like what they did with Optimus Prime and this most recent Galaxy Wave. So looks like they're starting to redo some of the top tier guys.
No, those are the Shinings, though, right?
I think Megatron and Bombshell are the next Galaxy Wave.
Oh, are they? Okay.
And Shockwave and Starscream are the next Shining Wave.
Because Starscream would be a new mold, too, right?
Typically,
'Cause
that's what... Yeah, even Shockwave is. Look at his legs. He's got thigh swivel.
Yeah, they got the legs. So,
Yeah.
yeah, these are all new molds of characters that have been done before. So, yeah, incremental upgrades also affects blockies. Surprise! Welcome to Transformers
No.
collecting.
No, not the...
The curse of incremental upgrades.
Yeah. It almost makes you not want to dip any of the older stuff if you don't have it. If you have that collect them all brain.
Well, I will be... I almost said swindling. That's not the word I want. I'll be dealing with blockies at TFCon, so you definitely want the old ones because I'll be trying to get rid of my old ones. So you want to come and hang out with me and take my old blockies away.
Yeah. And the last bit of blocky news is CTE. Our friends at Kanan, you get to buy another Action Edition Megatron.
Year one.
Yep. So we've seen Tarn and we've seen the Transformers Prime, Optimus Prime. This is the first seeing the repaint of I can't really call it a repaint because it's just clear purple plastic.
I don't like it. When you do clear, I think you go clear or you don't go clear. I think having a few opaque parts kind of ruins it.
Yeah.
They should be clear silver. I don't know how you do clear silver really, but they should be.
No, so you're talking about like how his hands and his face.
Yeah, his hands and his face are color. I don't like that as much. It ruins that for me.
I don't have an excuse for the face, but the hands, the elbows, and the knees, I do because
Yeah, I know.
it's a joint, so they have to do that special plastic.
I have a lot of clear toys. I know why they do it. I just think it doesn't look cool.
Yeah. It definitely sticks out for sure.
It does. But it's such a great mold.
Yeah, and like Zakana said, I need that Tarn. The Tarn is looking good.
I kind of just want a purple Crimzeek to make my rainbow of Crimzeeks.
Maybe somebody will just sell the Crimzeek.
Yeah, just send me that purple Crimzeek.
Yep. So that is all for the official toy news this week. Like I mentioned earlier, make sure to use the FFC 10 to get 10% off all your orders at Collecticon Toys. I know some of you some of you out there have done that, and we appreciate it and keep it up.
And if you're interested in seeing the antics of Collecticon Toys, I believe on Saturday, Collecticon will be doing a live Whatnot show from TFCon, and I believe I will probably be participating and helping with that. So if you want to see some foolish antics and some toy sales, because it's basically a toy auction site type deal from the TFCon floor, should be a fun experiment. May or may not work.
Did you say Saturday night?
Should be Saturday day.
Day? Okay.
Should be Saturday day. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how well it works out.
Well, I'm on Instagram. I know you are, so we can share that on Instagram.
Oh yeah, we should advertise. Because it'll be fun. I'll probably be helping out.
All right, so let's move on to third-party news, and we hoped there would be more of this on third-party news, but sadly, the Chosen Prime was the only place that revealed their TFCon exclusive. Anna, do you know anything about this guy?
I know. Well, I actually don't have it in bot mode. I should have transformed it so I could show off the Overlord version. So this is a repaint of Fans Hobbies Overlord as Skyquake to go with the rest of our jazzy, wild colored European exclusive guys that they have made over the last few years. It makes sense to put the last one with another Super God Master Force character, right? Like it makes sense from that perspective. As far as it really looking that much like Skyquake, the head's there, the colors are there, the rest of it's kind of vague because, you know, Skyquake is not a two-part figure, but whatever. It's beautiful. It's a very pretty figure. It is a great toy. Like, don't get me wrong, that Overlord is really fun. It's simple, it's huge. It is absolutely huge. And it's a really fun toy. It is also a really expensive toy. I don't know if anyone needs. You're muted.
Is that the missile that came with Clouder?
Yep.
Okay.
That's the missile that came with Clouder. I don't know if anyone really needs an almost $300 Skyquake. Like, I don't know if there's a big Skyquake enthusiast out there who really needs this, but I don't know if anybody needs this.
Well, the funny thing is, so Fans Hobby has been doing all of these repaints of these characters, and this is like the last one, right?
Yep.
So if you're in, they left the biggest foot for last.
With this. I mean, it's gonna make the set look great, right? Like the Overlord on my shelf when I have it in bot mode, like is really a centerpiece of the Super God Master Force characters, right? Like it makes them look really cool together. It unites the whole set. It's great. It's just a very expensive figure.
How does it scale with Omega Supreme? It depends on what Omega Supreme you have, but I think this is almost, 12 to 14 inches tall?
Yeah, this is a really, really big figure. You know what? I'll grab the vehicle modes. I can't. I'm not transforming it on air. I already did Jetfire, and that was hard enough. But
I mean,
it's not a hard figure to transform. It's just hard to do anything with my hands while I'm thinking.
If you have the, if you're talking about the Siege Omega Supreme, it's probably 5 or 6 inches shorter than that, maybe.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
You think it's closer?
It's almost as tall.
Hold on, I am Googling Double Evil. Double Evil is 14.9 inches tall, so it's up
there.
Yeah, I have a feeling Omega Supreme's like in the 20 inches.
So, here's the jet, right? So I have a normal size human, and this is the jet. We can go forward. I guess I should hold it sideways because it's more appealing or something. I don't know. And here is the tank. They're very large toys.
Yep. So
Very big
this is
figures.
9 inches shorter than Siege Omega Supreme.
Okay. I don't have Siege Omega Supreme. I didn't realize he got that tall. But, compared, like, if you have Siege Jetfire in your life, right? Like, this is how, I don't know why I'm holding the bottom of the tank, but, that's how big this darn thing is. Right? They compact a little bit when you put them together. But it's a really great set. Like if you don't have the Overlord, I think it's not getting re-released again for a while.
Yeah.
But you might still be able to get the most recent.
No, I think Fans Hobby, if they haven't done it already, I think there's another reissue coming soon.
Is there another reissue coming soon? Okay.
Yeah. So Zakanan, yes, that was a jet. So that's part of Double Evil, or it's Fans Hobby's Double Evil, based off of the Transformers Super God Master Force Overlord.
Yep. Two figures to form one giant robot, and so this will be available this weekend in bright, crazy colors as a sort of kind of Skyquake from Fans Hobby.
So I can enable you really fast. So this is available on Big Bad Toy Store right now.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So this is what he looks like in robot mode. Just kind of doing this on the fly.
Yeah, Fans Hobby stuff is really good. Like, I know we don't talk much about Fans Hobby because they don't produce that much stuff. But Fans Hobby stuff is really nice.
Yeah.
It's big, it's chunky, it's durable, it's fun stuff.
And it's $281.99.
That's very expensive. Very expensive. Yeah. Technically, the Skyquake is $1.99 cheaper.
But then you have to factor in Big Bad Toy Store prices. You might be able to go to Show Z. It might still be available there.
And to get the TFCon one, you have to go to TFCon. So
right. Well, so sometimes if there is stock available, these will go up on Shows and Prime's website.
They will, and most of the time they do end up on store websites.
So I wanted to throw. So there is a picture in there. So if you look at the one where he's holding a sign, it says "Get Right Robot." So Get Right Robot is an artist, and he works with Fans Hobby and helped design this figure. So, and the Get Right Robot typically helps design their exclusives. So Anna, did you say if you was getting this or not? Are you in on these? Okay.
No, I have all the Super God Master Force versions.
Right.
As Taylor knows, I'm really into Super God Master Force. It's one of my favorite Transformers series, and I needed that Mega and Giga version since those are the two God Masters of the Overlord in the cartoon. So I had to have it. So I have all those molds that they've used. I have as Super God Master Force characters, and I don't need doubles.
Yep. I get it, especially how big this is as well.
Yeah, it's more the size than the price, honestly. Like, they take up just the villains from that series take up most of a whole like normal sized table for my display. So it's huge.
Yeah. And I am behind on those villains. Those are some that I want, but it's just like I've said before. I have tiers, or not tiers, like priority of what I want to get first. And Tristan, that is horrible. You had to pay for all that just because you live down under. So next up, this just kind of came out of nowhere, but so Sovereign 2.0, Galvatron 2.0 from Fans Toys, I think it's supposed to come next month, and then this was the artwork for the box was shared on the old Facebook this week. So,
Is that a new mold or is it basically a tweaked reissue?
it's a tweaked. So they did some upgrades, sort of like
Okay.
what they did with their Perceptor and Sea Spray.
Okay. I know
And I
people
don't-
really like the original, so
Yeah, there's not very many complaints about the original, and I don't have the original, and I don't have a version of Galvatron in MP form in my collection, so
oh, well there you go.
I am getting this.
Looks like that guy's going home with you.
Let's see. So next up is I've never heard of this company, but I saw it and threw it in. So this is Magnificent Mecha MM01G. I know Optimus MP10 has been repainted in all these different ones, and I don't remember what this green represented, but I remember they did this in the MP10.
It was a Bape exclusive, wasn't it?
That sounds right. And I have no idea why this company did it, but they did, and there's some of their other repaints. I guess they're just milking the heck out of this mold. Sounds like,
Oh,
what some,
that's not quite the same as the Bape one.
was it more of like a darker green?
Yeah,
I almost
the
want
Bape
to call this
one-
Mountain Dew Prime.
Because I know there was a... Because the Bape one is camo and green, but it doesn't have the orange tires. I think there's
Right.
been a version that has the orange tires too. Very important distinctions, right?
Right.
This is where we are in Transformers collecting.
Oh, Zaldron said duck camo, and I think that's the one.
I think that's the name of it, but I
Yeah.
thought it was the same, but they're not the same.
Or as Tristan calls it, Optimus Plague. But I think this was limited to, I think it's really limited to how many units they made. So,
Oh, the original version?
no, this one right here.
Okay.
I forget the units. I think it said it on the Wii U page, but I don't
Okay,
remember.
so that was an Atmos one.
Yeah.
It was the Atmos duck camo. So that one was really limited, I believe.
Yep. So I know we touched on Super God Master Force a little bit ago. How are you feeling about this one, Anna?
Oh, I hadn't got to see that actually. You must have
Oh,
sent
so
that
this is
in.
the
I wasn't
prize.
paying attention.
Okay.
Oh man, that is something else, isn't it?
Yep.
That is
And
that
I've heard
their interpretation of the alt mode just to make a street shark?
I don't think it's 100% transformed, but yeah, that's what I
Okay.
thought of when I saw it.
Because that's not what Overbite normally looks like. But
No.
that is fun. Like, so Craftsman Toys is definitely one of those things I'm going to be looking forward to TFCon. Like, if I see the Craftsman Toys Computron at TFCon, I'm just going to do it. I think I'm just going to dive in and see what it's like. We've shown a lot of pictures of it, and it's really cool. So I like seeing what these guys have up their sleeves. This is fun.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of positive stuff on that Computron. So,
Yeah,
and this is going to be at the masterpiece scale.
I love that picture they have because he's all four limbs.
Yeah.
That's very funny.
Yeah. Well, and then his midsection's blurred out like this is some type of Japanese porn.
Yeah, well, it's 'cause he's not wearing his underpants.
So, when you look at that, that means like he can be in like this is
Scramble.
yeah, scramble.
Scrambling your eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's something that's like got me stressed out is realizing that because Hasbro isn't doing Scramble, right?
Yeah.
Lately. So like, they're doing Bruticus, right? So Bruticus is an easy repaint into Baldigus. Baldigus from Robots in Disguise / Car Robots requires Scramble in order to be the character because it literally scrambles in the fiction. And when
Yeah.
we say scramble, that means switching the limbs, right? Combiners and Transformers can either be limited to which limb goes where, like Devastator, Are they going to be
Yep.
scrambleable like most of the other combiners were in G1?
Yeah. And and the other thing is, so they're working on a masterpiece Volcanicus, and I wonder if there's just like similar tooling, and that's how they're doing this why they're doing this at the same time, which
Yeah,
makes me
maybe.
think. So you remember like a while back, I was saying how TFC always shares Craftsman Toys posts, and Craftsman Toys always shares TFC, and TFC just finished that Abominus. So I just wonder if a lot of all this stuff is not reuse, but similar blueprints.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely see some similar look with yeah, definitely a similar look with TFC stuff.
Yeah.
And is this going to be I guess it's actually MP scale, isn't it?
Yeah, with the way the hands are compared
Yeah,
to
it's
the
huge.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about the fact that it was in P scale. So I'm not interested at all if it's in P scale. But
if they do,
because they're Computron Legends.
Yeah. And more Combiner Wars, Devastator Wars, I should say. Here is Mastermind Creations, Ocular Max. Another way to describe it: Devastator, Mixmaster, Constructicons.
Honestly, I'm really being seduced by these all-in-one MMC combiners. It's just such a cool thing to pull off. Like, it's a real feat of Transformer engineering to make an all-in-one combiner.
Is that Swindle's head?
It sure does look like Swindle's head. I knew something was wrong with the head.
I just noticed that too. I was like, that looks off.
It does look off. I wonder if that'll be his final head or not. Probably not. It says test shot, so probably not.
Yeah.
No, I imagine they'll make some adjustments because that's not as screen perfect as I feel like they will probably end up doing.
Yeah, it seems like throughout the process they've tweaked and got better.
Yeah, because I was just looking at well, actually I'll let you get to the other because MMC did a reveal today. Did that make it in the slides?
No, I didn't because it was today. Yeah, the hot shot, the toy colored hot shot.
So they just revealed their toy color hotspot, which is, the last piece you're going to need to make your toy color Defensor. And their Defensor, I feel like, does a lot better with the all-in-one than their Bruticus did. Right? I guess Defensor was their second one they did. Bruticus was the first. The Bruticus really needs an upgrade kit in order to look right. It really needs separate hands and feet to look correct, where the Defensor really doesn't. So I'm curious how good they're going to do with Devastator as their third attempt at this all-in-one. Probably the hardest attempt.
Yeah, but at the same time, usually when there's a 6-member combiner, you can kind of split the torso up between those two figures to make them look better on an individual mode. Stuff the combiner works on.
But Devastator parts forms like crazy from the original. So anything using that design is going to expect you to have separate lower arms. But they said they were cheating a little with this one, right? Aren't they cheating a little with some separate parts?
That I don't know, but if they're going to cheat anywhere, it's probably with long haul.
Okay, yeah, probably. Or with the arms. Because I just don't know how you could store those lower arms without really making the figures different.
Yeah. Well, the rest of this slideshow is kind of combiner themed. So this is Kang Toys Hero Scale, Hero Class Terahau. Now, if you guys remember from previous, I'm pretty sure we talked about this with Kang Toys. Kang Toys is doing 4 scales. I forget all the names. But there's a masterpiece scale, a generation scale, a legend scale, and a micro scale. So hero scale or hero class, this is their generation size stuff. So if you're familiar with Hasbro, Takara stuff, that's generations. So these should scale well with your official toys.
I still have not shown off that beetle that I got from Kane's Toys, the big old beetle. I didn't bring it in the show at all, did I? I think that's supposed to be generation size, and that thing is huge.
Which doesn't line up with Insecticons.
No, because
Typically they're
isn't
small.
180 millimeters pretty big? Like, I don't know my conversions off the top of my head, but 30 is close to a foot. 30 centimeters, I mean.
Yeah. Stu, I believe you're thinking of the Transmetal 2 Megatron.
That's a
From
7-inch figure. So that's basically making a combiner out of large Voyagers.
Yeah. Well, you have to think these are Dinobots, so they're going to be a little bit taller.
Sure.
Oh, you're talking about the Beetle.
No, this is just going to be massive. This thing
Yeah.
is going to be crazy huge to console generations.
Yeah, I don't know if any have released yet, so to know what they look like next to generation stuff, but I have a feeling they're going to be bigger. I think they might be bigger intentionally just to avoid any type of C&D. Because if you remember a couple weeks ago when we had the show in Wonder Festival, Kang Toys was there. And from what I've seen of the Transformer side of things, they were the one and only non-licensed transforming Transformers there. Even though a lot of like we said, a lot of their stuff is highly stylized. It's just there's similarities.
That doesn't look like Swoop. You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's not really that similar to Swoop. So
Right.
I think they can get away with that.
Yep. I think you mentioned it prior when we saw some of the stuff. They are very Gundam-esque with a lot of their designs.
They are.
So yeah, so that's Tara Howe with King's Toys. Now this is what I was excited about. Finally! Magic Square is completing their Bruticus in masterpiece form. Blastoff is here.
Have you half assembled yours?
No.
Or are you waiting for?
You can't really assemble it. Like, so when I've done reviews, I've done broad spindle.
Combiner bits with this.
Yeah, so I could do the legs or the lower half of the legs. Vortex didn't come with anything other than like this chest cavity, and I didn't want to transform Onslaught again, and it just kind of like presses together. So, and I don't have any hands yet, so I can't really do like a combination. So they don't show this with any of the images, but the only thing that's missing from Bruticus is his thighs and like lower waist and the hands. And this is up for, you can buy it right now on Show Z. It's like $144, which I can't remember how much I paid for Vortex, but they slowly started going up in price, which is something we can talk about on the next segment, because third party is not alone when it comes to increases, or mainline is not alone.
No, not at all.
But I think they nailed the colors.
No, they nailed it. Like, they were willing to make him as many colors as he's kind of supposed to be, because that is a color. That is a bunch of colorful, dull colors, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's a good-looking space shuttle. And then here is Bruticus.
Yeah, it's looking great.
Yep. So it's kind of funny what they did here. So you got a picture of their Light of Peace. I think it's Light of Peace or Light of Freedom, Optimus Prime. And then in his hand is the Legends version of that Optimus Prime.
Yeah, let you kind of play your skill with your combiners, because combiners size is a mess in Transformers. Combiners make it worse.
Yep. Zaganan, thanks for hopping in. We did not be too much of a troll against Bumblebee tonight.
Wait till next week.
I can't remember if they had a picture with Shockwave. I don't think there was a picture, but so the Legend Scale Shockwave, they made it to where it can fit in his hand, like how they did with Combiner Wars. And then here's the team complete.
Yeah, they look great together. That's something that really that's really like blown my mind as I'm putting together the Mastering Creations Baldigus, which is of course, the same as Bruticus, is just how different the size of the limbs are on that combiner, because they made their brawl is huge compared to everyone else.
Yeah.
And Magic Square did not go that far. Like, Brawl's a little bit taller
Yeah.
than Swindle, but there's not a giant size difference. So it'll make the combiner a lot less weird.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all friends. Look at them. So cute.
Yep. So supposedly I pre-ordered like a upgrade kit for this already, and I think it's like a Toon accurate one where it comes with the Toon chest piece and
Okay.
like the feet I think are different. But I haven't seen anything on that yet. And the bad thing is, so like this is my representation of the Combaticons. Most likely it's going to be the combined form. I'm not buying another set for individual mode, but I have a feeling, didn't they do this with their Legend stuff? They did a re-release and it was like more Toon or more toy accurate on the next
So they
release.
did an IDW set and a G1 set.
Yeah, okay. But the bad thing is they'll probably come out faster than these, so I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so I'm pretty excited about this. But I'm not excited because it's coming out. It's coming out now. X Transbots Blades I have to pay for because that just came in stock, and then as we saw earlier, Galvatron will be coming soon as well. So I'm like, ugh. I get a break from Hasbro, and then now my third-party stuff is starting.
You're barely getting a break. Your Hasbro attack was just recently.
Yeah. Still walking funny from it. Well, I guess that's a good segue if we're going to be talking about bringing up Hasbro. So tonight's topic was kind of started because it was one day last week. I was, not doing what I should be at work on Facebook, and somebody from TFW posted there's some weird stuff happening on Hasbro Pulse. And by weird stuff, we had product that is still on pre-order, stuff that's about to come off of pre-order, or stuff that was recently stocked, or stuff that was even in stock. Prices just go up to the new prices.
I didn't realize Commanders were going up to 100.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So if you look on the left-hand side, it was from Blue Jay Warrior. Like I said, this was all over Facebook as well. Kind of did a list. And this is just Transformers stuff. Transformers, this is not a Transformers exclusivity. This is all over the Hasbro products. Oh, God. We got Shilly Singh in the chat. Yeah, we know you love Hasbro, Shilly. But so here's kind of like the list. So the Hot Wheels collabs went up to $34.99. There's a $5 price increase. Like Anna said, Commanders, $10 price increase. And then all the stuff we knew about that was going to get a price increase. But like I said, like kind of like at the title, death taxes and price increases. I'm fine to a point with price increases. Like, I know it's going to happen. It's inevitable. You can blame it on this. You can blame it on that. Prices have went up forever. Since we've been collecting, they've gone up. My problem is this bullshit right here. Stuff that's been in stock, stuff that's been pre-ordered, just miraculously going up. Like that, another example, that made to order X-Men Sentinel. It has not shipped yet. It was like $170. If you go on a Pulse right now, it's $220. They marked it up that flipping much. I just think this
even
is dirty.
Perceptor's marked up.
Yeah. Yeah, and Tristan, that's the thing. We're going to have to be selective with the figures we want. And the only caveat is they're honoring pre-order prices. So your pre-order prices didn't go up, but yeah, greed. It is fucking greed.
I think one poopy thing that happens with us is that it kind of lights a fire under you to pre-order sooner, because you're afraid that, like, if I don't get in on that initial price, what if there's another price increase? Like,
Right.
we know things are unstable with toy prices because these factories are not in the US, and we've got various things affecting those prices, as we know. So
Yeah.
they could go up more. Like, this might not be the end of it. That's kind of the worrisome thing, is this might
Yep.
not be the end of it. You know, $28 deluxes might just be a late 2025 thing, and we might end up at $40 deluxes next year. It could happen. Like, I'm not saying it will happen. This isn't Anna's dark prophecy, but this is Anna's fear, is being priced out of her own hobby.
Yep. And kind of like what I touched on a little bit. I mean, and this is not a mainline problem. It's everywhere. So one how excited I was on completing my Magic Square. Thanks, Lords of Brooklyn. We're talking about your Hasbro headquarters right now. But like I had mentioned, I'm excited to complete my Magic Square Bruticus. Now, when I started, my first two pieces of that were under $100, and they've gradually increased. Now they've thrown in parts, or like one was a torso bot. Still kind of skirting that line because it went from under $100 to $120, $130ish. Now the last one is $145ish. So it's not just something that's with our mainline stuff. It's on third party as well. I don't know if you're in the same boat, Anna, but I can almost let third party slide because I know, like with this Trex, this is my forever Trex.
Yeah.
Odds are this Bruticus is going to be my forever Bruticus. So I can almost be okay with paying a little bit extra through like a third party than I am with this stuff right here.
I kind of feel the same, but I also would like to counter argue that I don't think third party is going up as much as Hasbro is. Like, I honestly feel like third party prices have stayed pretty stable over the years. Like, they went down initially, right? Like, when third party Transformers really started being big, and this is back in the old iGear days, they were real freaking expensive. Like, they were really out of proportion with Hasbro stuff.
Yeah.
Then as they started to catch up and be able to produce MP like stuff, they were a little teeny bit more than MP. But it's gotten to the point where third party MP now consistently costs less than first party Masterpiece, right?
Yep.
And I think we're almost getting to the point now with King Toys dipping their feet in Generations. Like, that Beetle I have is like an 8-inch tall figure, right? Like, it's like a big old leader figure. It's a $40 figure. It costs less than a mainline leader now. So I feel like we're getting to the point where third party doesn't any longer feel like the premium expensive side of the hobby. It just feels like about the same. Like, they're catching up. Hasbro is.
And like, knowing I paid $80-ish for this, and if you put it next to like a leader sized figure, they're almost the same size. Not complexity, because this one's a poor example when talking about transformation. Now, if a good one is that Lord Ventagon, that third party Scorponok. Like, that's like leader height. Engineering not too bad. Like it didn't want to pull my hair out trying to transform it. Very comparable, and that I even got that on sale. I got that for like $45. That's less than a leader.
Yep.
Official. Now that's not its retail price, but
if Takara does a new Trax, it'll cost more than that Star Toys Trax you got there by a pretty wide margin, right? Yeah. It's, Stu just said no Hasbro hate, and I don't think it's really hate. I think it's more just like, is this sustainable, right? Like, is this something that we're going to be able to, when you're paying $20 for a deluxe, you're a lot more tolerant when you get to $30 for a deluxe, you really start to realize every single flaw, right?
Yeah.
And let me just pull out an example figure of a figure that feels very uncomfortable in the current price range. And there's a reason that I never even took it out of its packaging.
So to go back to Stu's comment, they are being trolls in the chat right now.
Yes.
They're seeing who could be the biggest shill right now, if they can out shilly.
Well, we can't survive without Hasbro in this fandom, so
Right.
probably. But here's an illustration, right? Like, here we have my beloved car robots, we have my beloved Speedbreaker or Sideburn, whatever you want to call them, as a new modern toy that is terrible, right? This is not a good deluxe. Right? Nobody's going to tell you this is a good deluxe in either of its versions. Nobody's going to tell you this is a standout toy. If this was released now, it would be almost $30.
Yeah.
You know, like, how much can you tolerate getting a character you love in a mold that's not that great?
Yeah, you love him so much that you just kept him in the box.
That's the thing, right? Like, I really like Speedbreaker. He's a stupid character.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he's like a freaking robot Pepe Le Pew. He's so stupid. Like, I enjoy how ridiculous they made him. I want a Speedbreaker toy. And at TFCon, guess what I'm going to be looking for? The original Speedbreaker toy.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not going to be looking for this. I'm going to be thinking, why do I have this? Maybe I should take this with me and sell it, right?
Well, it's like, you know, I mentioned a little bit last night, and we've talked about this. Like when core class was in its prime, like, yeah, I'm only paying $10 for this. I can handle that.
Yeah.
And deluxes were kind of similar. Like, you could look past stuff at $20. Now we're almost at that $30 price point. We can't look past anything anymore.
When they were making the Micromasters, right? When they made all these Micromasters, these mediocre little ball jointed Micromasters, we were getting 2 of them for the like $10-ish price point, right?
Yeah.
Right? We were getting 2 of them for the $10-ish price point. And now we're dealing with getting 3 figures that are made at this quality as half of a $90 set that break. Right? I'm referring to the Star Saber set.
Yeah,
right?
I know what you're referring to.
Well, I'm saying it for our viewers as well,
Right.
Our listeners who are dealing with our rants right now. Like, it's just a different perspective. Like, I even felt kind of bad getting all the Micromasters just because they're so simplistic. The ball joints pop off so easy. They're kind of meh, but they were so cheap that I was able to justify it.
Yep.
If these were the equivalent of about $15 each, which is about what core class figures are running in multi-packs now, I don't even want to pay $11 for this, right? This is a $5 toy without guilt. It's not a $10 toy without guilt.
Joey, welcome.
Welcome into the Transformer collecting lifestyle. You get to hear us complain. You get to hear us oldies complain about how prices have gone up. Back in my day in 2018, I paid $5 for this thing.
Well, you know, and it's not like we're coming out complaining to be negative. It's like, because we enjoy these products and we don't want to feel like we're not getting our money's worth, or we're just getting price gouged, or the company greed. And that's the other thing. Like, I don't want it to feel like I'm shitting on Hasbro or whoever's designing these things, because the guys designing this stuff, the guys that show heart to designing these figures, they're not the ones that curate the price points. That's above them.
That's way above them. They struggle with the concept of price points even existing, because it makes them stuck at a certain amount of tooling and parts to get their pieces in there. I think you have an opposite illustration on the screen right now. You have Sideswipe, right? That Sideswipe mold has been around for pretty much the same time as these guys, right? Like, it's from Siege, but it's been tweaked into an Earth mode. That mold has been stable. It's very good. It doesn't break. it doesn't have problems. As prices go up, Sideswipe will probably still be an okay purchase.
Yep.
But then other figures that you get at the deluxe scale, you know, my first Venom was misassembled. Venom/Venom, the last of our deluxe bugs.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was misassembled, right? And that's a pretty high price point toy at this point, being a deluxe. And I had to return it and get a new one. It's just not. It's not fun anymore at these prices.
Yeah. Well, it's funny that Venom was one of those that was selected to be at the higher price.
Like, it's not a bad toy. I don't love it for $28, to be frank.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Well, it's like I hate to bring like GameStop in the fray with this pricing stuff, but because they're just everywhere.
They are.
I think I had slides earlier when we were another time we were complaining about prices, but somebody took a shot of like, you know, like in GameStop they have that glass case where like the statue will be, and sometimes we'll have stuff stacked on it. Well, they had Silverbolt stacked, and it was like a reasonable $89.99. But then on the hooks below that case was the limbs. 2 of the limbs are $27.99, and 2 of them were like $31.99. I was like, come on. Who's letting that happen?
But when those last 2 limbs came out, a lot of people actually were popping them up by about $5 in price. Like anyone who can kind of play with their price because they could, you know?
Yeah. But you know, just like I've said, this is, I find what Hasbro Pulse is doing is just shady as can be.
No, I don't like it. I do agree with you that it's a little more bothersome because it's the exact same toys, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know, my Venom costs less because I bought it earlier. It's not so beautiful.
Yep.
What the chat's talking about right now with the discounters, though, like I almost feel like that's kind of part of the problem. Because like a lot of us know that RossCon 2025, as Caleb likes to say, will be happening in the next couple months. And that RossCon is going to sell us $10 versions of things we were paying significantly more for our year. And that's going to keep happening. And it might even get worse as these prices get a little more obscene.
That was a slide I forgot to bring over from this one that I had on my like general slideshow. The Tarn, the Voyager Tarn, and Ramjet are like $10 at Ross right now. People are finding that.
Yeah,
and they're finding the one of the Amazon exclusive 2-packs from last year.
very nice, very nice. Not so nice.
Well, and so other than RossCon, Hasbro Pulse does their sales.
They do.
They do that 35% off sale. I think that usually comes after Christmas. Guess what? All these sons of bitches are going to be on there.
You got the patience. You might as well go for them.
Yeah. It's almost just like hold. You see these prices, hold. Unless it's an exclusive, then there might be. But we saw some Transformers exclusives this year that didn't sell out, like the Jetfire that you're holding and deciding on what to do with. And the I don't know if that Nemesis Prime sold out yet. Have they time gated that like they did Pythona?
They did time gate it, yeah. I can't technically buy it. Because I'm not a Hasbro Pulse Premium person.
I guess I was $10 off. So those are $20 at Ross. So Ross is up in their prices too.
That makes sense. But I think the other side of this whole argument, right, is like, it is something I've been saying, is the quality of the figure, right? Because like, there was a day when, as I mentioned, when Mastermind Creations did their first cassettes, they were $60. Now they're pushing $100. They're like $85. And like, when I pay $85 for one of their cassette robots, I get something that's a really nice product consistently, right? I get consistently nice products. And I think that's the only way to keep this game going, right? Because, okay, Mark Studio Series 86, Optimus Prime, up to $100. would you still buy one? I would still buy one. $10 more, I'd do it.
It's
That's a
worth it.
really, really good figure. It's really, really good. But then you bring in one of the lesser commanders, right? And you're like, maybe not.
Yeah.
Even the Ultra Magnus, right? Like, people really love that Ultra Magnus, but he's not that great. He's got so many flaws to him in the look and the design. Not worth the $100 markup.
It's that MP scaled down, from what I could tell.
It's a little worse than the MP. It poses better than the MP and looks worse.
But if you're happy with it, to each their own.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I would tell anybody right now, especially if they're coming in to like collecting Transformers, go third party. It doesn't have to be MP because you can get Legend stuff. I don't want to say right now if I was starting over, I would go into Legends. But I think that's the best jumping in point right now. Or maybe even, well, not Dr. Wu, but Legends for sure is a good jumping in point because you got decent price point and really good quality products coming from your big Legends companies.
Yeah, I would say Legends would be a really good place to go right now because Legends grew, right? They used to be really small. Now they've grown to the point where the main characters in Legends are about the size of the smallest deluxe figures these days. And yeah, you're spending a little bit more on them. You know, a good Legends figure is about $40.
But how much more now?
Deluxes are creeping towards it, right?
Yeah, that's a great point. Like, how close is that Optimus Prime from the Commander to a Legends one? It's real close in price, if not
really close in price. And they're not super close in size, but the quality is just really there on the Legends figures. Yep. And every once in a while, Hasbro really hits it out of the park. Like I said, with the Studio Series Optimus, that toy is worth the markup.
Yeah.
But there will be so many, like our friend Zeldron was talking about Onyx recently. It was another friend of mine who just talked about Onyx today. He talked about Onyx a while ago and liked it okay. I loved Onyx Prime. I think it's really great. But I have to be honest with you, Onyx Prime is a pretty dang simple figure, right? It's big, but it's simplistic. Yeah. It's okay. It's my style. It's my aesthetic. It's my level of goofiness, so I love it. But do I really think it's all that great of a deal at that $60 now liter price point? It's not really, no. It's fine.
So I wanna bring Joey's comment back up.
Yeah.
And Joey, you're correct. Third-party companies, a lot of their figures are more. I don't know if you had hopped in when I had mentioned this, but like I mentioned this Trax. So this is an $80 toy. I'm never getting another Trax. I can't see why I would buy another Trax. Now I've had multiple Trax from Hasbro. Well, a couple. Trax isn't probably the best example. There's other examples. Optimus Prime, probably a better example because Optimus Prime's redone all the time. But typically, when I buy something from third party, I'm not buying an upgrade. And that's what we get nailed with all the time in mainline Transformers. Soundwave would be another good example. Sorry, Anna, go ahead.
No, especially with this new lifestyle of incremental upgrades. Like, because many of the upgrades are so incremental, it used to be that people would like the style of the older figure so much that the older figure would not plummet in price. You know, when the new Trax comes out, the old Trax is still valuable because he just had a different style. But since the style is pretty much the same these days and it's just a little bit bigger, it's like I was joking about that Perceptor, right? Like everybody who really wanted to collect Studio Series bought the first release of Studio Series Perceptor and then ended up with the one that came with the cassettes as well. Yep. And that means that old figure is worth like $10 to $15 now, and that would be a $28 deluxe these days.
Yeah.
Right? It plummeted in value because of that. And that's something that's kind of new to Transformers. Like, we're used to our figures really holding value. We're not the Star Wars collectors who have to deal with really low resale.
Yeah. You know, and I'm kind of curious, like a lot of times when you see like their wave of and the G1 character usually sells out faster than whatever other characters are in the wave. That can't continue. You know, you would think it would eventually that would slow down. But I mean, you saw Windcharger and Thundercracker went up for pre-order. Those sold out within a day or two. They sold out.
I think that's more of a big conversation than we typically have here, because I really think that this fandom has done a lot better sustaining G1 fans than you would expect, because it's like the oldest G1 fans are not really on the edge of retirement age just yet, but maybe 10 years out. Collectors about me and Caleb's ages, like we're at the age where health problems are starting to sneak up for a lot of us, right? Like I will talk many times about my hands, right? Like my hands don't respond as well as they used to. Like the arthritis ghost is starting to come for me. So maybe Transformers collecting is not something I can do for the rest of my life, right? But then the kids who got in at Beast Wars as actual children were shoved down their throats G1 from the very beginning. Beast Wars had built-in advertisements for G1.
Yep.
Edits. Now Skybound, new comic books, all G1 looking characters. Everything kind of pushes people towards G1 as the Bible of Transformers. So I think it's sustaining. I think they're going to keep people, like I've seen people's kids getting excited about Superion.
Yeah.
Superion's a G1 set, but it's in Skybound.
I know my son he's 9 years old. He's watched the 86 movie. He enjoys the 86 movie. I think, you know, this Blockies has got his attention more than anything here lately when it comes to Transformers related. And I think it's the whole building aspect. Yeah, the building aspect is cool for kids. And honestly, like those of us who've played with model kits enough, model kits that transform are not usually the best. Like they don't really do the best when you transform them. So yeah. And I want to say about the age thing, like I turned 42 on Saturday, so maybe it's a little salient for me at the moment. Right? Yeah.
Like I'm just thinking about the age thing at the moment with it being almost my birthday. But it is kind of a thing, right? Like, but it's kind of it's a double-edged sword, because many of us are getting older. Many of us are having more money to spend too, right?
Yeah.
Like, thank you. Many of those of us who are really into G1 stuff actually are starting to have grown children, and they're starting to have more of that money free up again as they become empty nesters, so they can afford these giant price hikes and then not be able to transform them because of the arthritis. Oh.
So I guess that's when we move on to non-transforming Transformers, right?
Yeah, is it? Is that why this is happening? Are we getting non-transforming Transformers to help us with our arthritis?
Yep. Well, it's like this guy, like, you know, some Transformers, when they're in the box, you can just pull them out, pose them, and throw them on the shelf.
Yeah,
it took me about 20 minutes to get him into its normal transformation, because like how his legs were designed, like you couldn't bend the knee because you had to like transform it out of the box. So that was kind of a pain in the butt.
That's kind of a thing with a change in the way we sell Transformers too. Like I just held up a recent figure. It comes in bot mode, right? Like all the mainline stuff comes in bot mode these days. So if you don't want to transform your stuff, you don't have to. Many Transformers collectors actually don't transform their toys.
Yeah.
It's bizarre to me, because the transforming is the whole thing I like about owning these things.
Yeah. What is it? I've seen multiple like eBay listings. Never transformed, like on third party stuff. You see that more with anything.
No, I did back when I was first getting into third-party collecting. I was definitely selling a few things when I like dipped into fan toys and stuff that was transformed once, put on shelf, cursed at, and then sold, because they made me angry. Yeah, the not transfer your toys is weird to me. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes, Gabe. I wasn't trying to advertise my.
And sorry, HGC Action Masters. Sorry, not non-transforming Transformers. Action Masters.
Action
I
Masters.
apologize.
I was just going through my Action Masters earlier today.
Yep.
Good nostalgia with those guys. But yeah, it's kind of this is an interesting topic to me because I think the prices are getting to a point where it does affect my collecting more than it did back at the beginning of Siege, right? Siege is what really got me to go off the deep end with mainline again. I was kind of like almost going only Legends. Like I was about ready to just say, you know, this Legends thing's new, this is cool, I'm gonna do that instead of mainline. And then Siege made me dump back in, Earthrise even more.
Yeah,
but now that the prices have caught up, ooh.
What was it? When War for Cybertron came out, we heard that that statement they made where they was going to try to scale everything. That was like the big selling point that we all heard. Maybe not like, I don't know if it was directly from Hasbro or we just heard about it. And that was my click, like all in. Like I was slowly dabbling into Transformers. I mean, I did Power of the Primes, Titan Returns. I had some of that stuff. But like once War for Cybertron hit, I was like, I had them all. I had everything. I had everything from Siege, Earthrise, Kingdom, like every single piece from those 3 years, and then slowly got out in Legacy, just because that's not what I wanted.
Were deluxes like $18 when Siege came out? I don't think they've hit 20 yet.
Yeah, I don't know if they hit 20. I know Voyagers were 30.
So crazy.
Yeah,
the prices have gone up that quick. And they're going up more rapidly now, and I think that's part of what's making it really salient.
Yeah. And it's like we don't know what's going on inside the walls of Hasbro, but it's like when you hear like reports from the CEO and some of the stuff he says, you kind of worry about toys in general coming from Hasbro anymore. It almost feels like
do.
IP farm and not produce product.
You do, and that'll be a bummer if that does happen. Because it's like, as much as we do complain about this, like Hasbro is still the most accessible way to get your Transformers. Because it's like, you know, imagine even someone like Caleb has a bad day and, you know, is just kind of feeling crappy and cruddy and goes to his local department store and is able to go impulse buy a Transformer any day of the week from Hasbro. And yeah, it's not going to go into your forever collection, but you're going to have an okay time with it, right? Like losing that would be a real tragedy. It would be a real bummer. Yeah. Just to not be able to go do that is kind of a stress relief.
Yep. Yeah, because it's like, I was using my son as an excuse. I don't know if they're, you can use like, oh, these are made for kids. Yeah, maybe, but what kid can afford these nowadays?
No, they can't.
Just because this box says somewhere like 10 and up or 8 and up doesn't mean that's what 8 plus doesn't mean that's what's going to be able to afford this.
Go buy that with your 8-year-old allowance.
Yeah, that's where blockies.
$28 figure.
Bring on the blockies. But yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else you want to rail on this, or should we stick a pin in it for next time?
I think the last point I really want to make is just something we've already said, and something that's really going to be going through my mind a lot this weekend is going to be the fact that third-party prices have stayed stable somehow. Like, they really have. Like, they haven't gone up that much. Like, I was spending $40 on early Magic Square figures. Iron Factory has kept their prices really darn stable, even though their figures have gotten bigger and better. And they've kept them at that $40 price point. Like, that's what they do. And they're always more impressive than mainline. So it's really pushing me back towards third party. Like, I was really going deeper into Hasbro for a long time. And I'm really going back towards third party just because like you said, I'm feeling like I'm getting more value. I don't know about forever figures because I always think something better is going to come along. And I wanted it to happen because I like toy engineering.
It was almost like you was on a show and you felt like you needed to make content and keep buying Hasbro products.
That happened. For people who don't know, I was on a Transformers weekly review show for several years with TFYLP, and that actually got me buying too much Hasbro, and I've sold so much of
Yep.
those toys I reviewed back then because they don't stick around. But
That-
I've
that-
barely ever sold any Legends figures. Like almost all of my original Legends figures are on the shelf over there in my Legends display. Because I
Yeah.
pick them up, I look at them, I'm like, this is so great. Why would I get rid of this?
Yeah. I can say the same thing for Masterpiece stuff. I've really not sold anything unless it was those rare occasions where I did upgrade stuff. Like the biggest one here recently was the MMC, the Seekers, the Coneheads. I had 2 of the 3 of the Coneheads, and then that MPU started making the Coneheads off the MP52 mold. So I sold the 2. Make Toys, not MMC.
Yeah, okay.
Make Toys. Jeez.
See, I was so
All these
tempted.
acronyms and third-party names, but yeah, it was the Make Toys Seekers.
I really don't want to be an actually person in this hobby, right? Like, I really try hard not to be like, oh, it's actually Taylor, it's this company. But yeah.
If I need corrected, correct me.
Oh, it's so hard. It's so hard. So which Jetfire should I keep, Caleb? Which one? Is this one really worth keeping? Because you know what I found out? It has almost no accessories compared to the Siege version. That's killing me.
The SDCC exclusive Void Rivals.
SDCC exclusive Void Rivals. I really thought the only thing that I personally, as a person, felt was worse about this figure was the non-painted symbol. But then I realized he still has all the ports to put all of his guns and missiles and stuff, but they don't exist on him, right? He doesn't have those guns and missiles. He just has his 2 guns and the blast effects.
You know what I noticed immediately? His legs have the red. That's nice.
But they're missing the guns, right? You don't have the guns to peg in here, the big cool guns. Kind of a bummer, right?
Yeah.
Kind of a bummer. So I don't know, because like the color is so much better on this one. Like the color, the look. Like look at this guy, he's pretty, but he just doesn't have the cool accessories.
So, what is your definitive version of Jetfire? One that doesn't have space mud and it's clean white, or one that has like the space mud, the dinginess to it, and all the accessories?
The accessories are really, man, it really makes them look complete though.
Right, and that's like your big thing when it comes to toys. You like the toy aesthetic part of it, and
I do like
being
the
able
play.
to cut and the customize. Yeah, the play feature, where that one
This
doesn't
look
have
is
the play
great.
feature like the other one does.
It's really great, but the other one has a lot more play feature to it because of those fun accessories and those sorts of things. To me, blast effects are not a good play feature, so the fact that this kept the blast effects is really just annoying because I just lose them. I don't lose them. They go into one big bin and I can't figure them out. Which one goes to which toy?
Why don't you keep all the accessories, keep that one in your hand, and then just sell the figure?
Try to sell the other one without the accessories.
Yeah.
Just blast effects. I'll sell it with both sets of blast effects. Tell you what, there's your value deal.
He didn't even
Both
come with
sets of
his
blast effects.
his double barrel blaster.
He came with the one double barrel blaster.
Okay.
That's what he came with. He came with the double barrel blaster, but he's lacking the side guns for his legs and all the little like missiles and stuff.
Yeah.
The little missiles that plug into the wings and make the wings look kind of complete.
I bet
It's just the
somebody
fact
would
that
buy
they-
the Siege one if you just sold it with the blast effects and the double barrel blaster.
You know,
And then you kept all
maybe
the
I'll
stuff
try
in
it.
the-
Maybe I'll just bring it with me to TFCon. Be like, does somebody want this? Like a little bit less than it's going right. And then I'll just keep this guy and transfer the missiles. Because I usually don't care about weapons on figures, but the missiles just kind of fill him in and make his wings look right. And having the big guns for the legs kind of look right too. Although, like you said, the red on the legs here, it's pretty nice on
pops.
it too.
Are the feet like a grayish, like almost like a Dune looking gray?
Yeah, they're a nice painted gray.
Yeah, I like that too.
Nice and smooth looking.
As
The color on this guy is great, right? The non-colored faction symbol kind of throws me off, but like the little bit of extra paint they put around the face really pulls his face out. And the face is not that shiny silver anymore. It's more of that like cartoony gray. Like the color on this guy is really good in hand.
Yeah, my suggestion is sell the old Jetfire with his blaster and blast effects, and then keep all the pieces you want and keep it with that one.
I kind of like that idea. I kind of like that idea of trying that at TFCon, seeing what happens, and if not,
Yeah, I bet
then
it'll sell.
maybe reevaluate my plans after that. So to tell you a lot about TFCon, I guess, can I? Yeah, okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep,
TFCon
good
swag.
segue.
So yeah, if you're watching and you're going to be at TFCon, please say hi to me. I'll be milling around. A lot of my friends work booths, so I'll probably be in the dealer's room quite often, helping people out with their booths, and also shopping way too much. I window shop so much at these conventions and don't buy too much. I don't go too crazy. This is a really great event. It's really fun. So if you get a chance to come. I am actually going to use my Instagram for once next weekend to post pictures from the event. I think that'll be fun. And plus I can kind of drum up some interest for us as well by advertising the stuff that is there. Someone in the chat earlier mentioned more women in the hobby than they remember, and you really see diversity in the fans at a TFCon, which is really cool. You see a lot of people who actually go to TFCon not to get toys, but to get art. Because a lot of people who are really into character collecting, they just want cool art of their favorite character doing a thing. So they go in to either get commissions or to find artists or to find people who make cute little keychains and magnets. It's all there. The artist alley is big, the dealers are big, and the guests are pretty exciting too. So it's a good time. I'm excited. I'll share some stuff from when I'm there, and yeah, it'll be fun. And I'll talk about the exclusives next week because I'll probably come home with at least one of them unless I'm really disappointed.
What was the Instagram? And we'll share it in the chat.
Oh gosh, where are my underscores? It's like the_ghosty_PhD. Is that right?
Something like that. Yeah, I just had to remember the keyword, and then I'll throw it in the chat.
Yeah, I will share TFCon stuff, and maybe I'll even try to share the third party panel. The theme of sharing the third party panel is someone else will probably do it better than me.
Yeah.
At the same time.
There's usually a few people like TM Reviews, somebody else. But yeah, so like we mentioned, Anna, check out her Instagram. Is there anything else you'd like to promote before we sign off here tonight?
No, that's it. I'll do some stuff on Instagram this week to show off for the con, and it'll be fun.
So I gotta take a deep breath because I have a few things to share. So look me up. I am part of Figure Fight Club, but I also have my own channel, Talib1980_collects on YouTube. That's my primary kind of like thing. But you can also find me on Instagram, TikTok, X, Facebook. Please go to my Facebook page. I'm like 40 subscribers away, and I can go live on Facebook. I'm on Twitch. It's all Talib1980_collects branding. And on YouTube, I do 2 reviews a week. Tuesdays is Transformer Tuesdays. It's always going to be, probably for a while, a Transformers review. This week, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. It's the same time, same day. Tracks by Star Toys 02 Tracker. That is going up tomorrow. Also, tomorrow, like in an hour, the news and review for last week is going up, so that's on my page. That's a lot of this is probably rehash what we're covering here, but it's quicker, and then there's other action figure related stuff in that as well. So check that out. It's a pre-record, so unless I'm still awake, there is a chat. You can chat, but I don't know if I'll be chatting. But like I said, it's a pre-record. It's just kind of like a something to listen to in the background. Like, I know that's what I do a lot at work. I listen to podcasts and different shows at work. So that was kind of the whole reason by that. And then, okay, moving on. Then Fridays is Action Figure Fridays. Fridays is my review, where it's typically an action figure, like could be classified, Marvel Legends, stuff like that. Storm Collectibles, Jada. And then Tuesday nights, tomorrow night, we are live on Figure Fight Club. It's open mic night. Anybody can come on in there'll be a link to StreamYard in the chat. We can get up to 10 people at the same time. We just don't be a jerk. Come in, show and tell, talk about toys, kind of like what me and Anna are doing. But there's 10 of us, and we're just trying not to talk over each other. But it's a fun time. That starts at 8 p.m. on Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. All these times are Eastern time. Sorry if I didn't say that, but. And then Friday, I don't know if we have a guest yet for this Friday, but our Friday shows are kind of like our interview shows. But this Friday, Lou, one of our co-hosts, and Abby, the showrunner, the channel runner, will be at Titan Toy Expo. Wow, I remember that. And I think Friday night, Abby is going to go live from the floor. He has early access. I don't think that we have a promo video or anything like that. But so come join us Friday. I think we might be starting earlier. There was talks. We might do an early show and a later show, like one that starts at 7 and one that starts at 9. I'm not 100% sure. Just stay tuned. Oh, like Zaldron mentioned, MCM London is this weekend, so we'll probably have reveals. There's all kinds of stuff. That's one of the things like that has really sparked me in Transformers. If you pay attention to any of my social medias, there's news all the time. There's something to always talk about. That's the other thing. Like when you go to my channel, let's talk about this stuff. I like talking about it. But anyways, Anna, do you have anything else? Because I know I talked a lot.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Thank you, chat. You guys have been great tonight. Very, very interactive. Sorry we haven't read everything, but I've seen side conversations. I love it. Like the chat's not even talking to us some of the times. It's amazing. I appreciate everybody that hopped in. Stew for Lunch, HGC, Zaldron, Tristan. God, I can't talk. Figure Fight Club's in the chat. Shilly Singh showed up tonight. I mean, that dude loves Hasbro. HGC, if I didn't say your name, Joey. Zakanan was in here earlier. If I forgot anybody else, I apologize. Hopefully you caught the replay if you didn't catch us live. But thank you. Good night. Next week, TFCon is going to be a shitload of news, and Anna's going to have all kinds of stuff that she brought back. Good night.
Bye.
As we wrap up tonight's fun, the figures in talk, so we've just begun. Join us next time for thrills anew. In the world of Figure Fight Club, it's all for you. Make sure to subscribe and smash that like button. See you next week on Figure Fight Club, stay strutting. This isn't goodbye, it's just to see you later. In the meantime, go check out another creator. So keep your figures on display until we gather here someday. Remember the tales and the laughs we shared. Here at Figure Fight Club, you're treasured and cared.